Hey guys, today I'm talking about my experience with the Viome gut health test. I took the test and my results were very eye-opening. They led to me making some dietary and supplement changes, and I'm actually feeling a lot better since making those changes. I am so glad I did this test, and let's talk all about what taking the test looks like and my results and what my findings were. A little background on me. Earlier this year, I spent about 6 months on a GLP-1 weight loss medication. I was overweight after having two babies. I was having trouble kicking the weight. I have a heart condition. So I decided to do a medical weight loss program. I got off of the meds and I have been successfully maintaining for about 3 months. While on the medication, I switched to a high protein diet, so around 100 grams of protein a day. And I continued that off the medication. I think it's definitely something that led to my success on my GLP-1 and to my maintenance success. But in the last month or two, I did start experiencing some GI upset, specifically in the evenings, pretty regularly throughout my week. So it was a pretty regular thing. And from what I understand is if you're getting tummy troubles mainly in the evenings, then a lot of times that means that something with your digestion and diet isn't going great. So I was so excited to take this Viome gut health test. They did send it to me for free to try, so thank you very much for Viome. And it was so eye-opening. Here is how it works. So you can order your test on their website. You are allowed to use your FSA or HSA. I do have a discount code for you, so feel free to use that. And the kit is mailed to your door. You take a stool sample and you mail it back to them. They run a ton of tests in their lab. They test more than 20 gut health factors, and then you get your results in. You can view them online or on your app. You're then given dietary and nutrition suggestions based off of your results. Those suggestions have been so helpful for me. I downloaded and used the app, so I was able to see my scores super soon. And there were 3 different scores that I received not optimal results in. Everything else I did test average in. These are the ones that I tested average in: inflammatory activity, metabolic fitness, digestive efficiency, gut lining health, gas production, gut active microbial diversity, microbiome induced stress, ammonia production pathways, butyrate production pathways, LPS, biosynthesis pathways, methane gas production pathways, sulfide gas production pathways, follicular assembly pathways, oxalate metabolism pathways, uric acid production pathways, salt stress pathways, biofilm, chemotaxis and virulence pathways, bile acid metabolism pathways. So a lot of these I was average or relatively healthy in, which is great. I have, since my weight loss journey, really focused on getting veggies in, having diverse veggies, sometimes doing like green gut health drinks. So that was encouraging to find that there were so many of these factors that I was healthy in. Now, there were 3 that I received not average scores in, and there's one particular one that I'm pretty concerned about. So first, let's look at these first 2. Protein fermentation. I was given a 36 out of 100. And this indicates that I am not digesting protein properly. And this is common with people who are on an overly high protein diet or who are taking a lot of protein supplements. I personally was regularly taking protein supplements. At least once a day, I was either doing a protein bar or a protein powder smoothie, in addition to eating high protein meals. So poor protein fermentation can lead to GI upset, which I was experiencing, and it can also lead to bowel disease down the line. So this is like a major red flag for me. Okay, maybe I need to reel it in. Maybe I don't need to be supplementing on top of eating high protein. So high protein meals and eating high protein and protein in general is wonderful for your metabolic health, for weight loss and weight maintenance. But maybe I was overdoing it a little. Maybe I don't need 100 grams of protein as someone who's only trying to maintain their weight as a 5'7" female. Maybe I could just reel it in a little bit. I also received not optimal in protein production pathways. Perine is a molecular byproduct of protein fermentation. High levels of this could mean poor intestinal barrier lining. It can lead to GI upset, and it's another indication of too much protein in the diet. So just kind of another like, okay, maybe it's time to reel it in. I had been doing my ultra high protein diet for 9-10 months now, and it was helpful. It helped prevent muscle mass loss on the GLP-1. I lost the weight, I was maintaining the weight, but I think just pulling it back a little for my gut health will be great. Now, this is the one I'm the most concerned about. So I got not optimal in TMA production pathways. So not optimal amounts of TMA, which is trimethylamine. High levels of TMA can cause high levels of TMAO to enter the liver and the bloodstream. TMAO is produced by gut bacteria and nutrients in things like red meat and egg yolks. And these high levels of TMAO can lead to heart disease and metabolism issues. The heart disease was particularly worrisome for me because I already have some heart concerns. I want to really, really watch that. And now I don't eat a ton of red meat. I eat red meat maybe once a week, but egg yolks. I was eating eggs with egg yolks, 2 or 3 eggs, probably 4 or 5 times a week. That I would say is probably the main reason my TMA levels were high. I'm so glad I did this test because I thought I was doing a great thing by, eating eggs 5 times a week. But I think the egg yolks for me and my gut are not doing me too many favors. And so I pulled back. So I have been just doing egg whites or just a different breakfast that, probably has some sort of protein in it. I like to have protein in my meals, which is not a bad thing, but either egg whites and then only eating eggs with yolks, maybe like once or twice a week. So just reeling that in, hopefully will just kind of help these concerns. Here's my overall reaction to this test. I am so incredibly glad I did it. Every result I got made total sense with what I was doing with my diet. I felt like I was eating really healthy, and to an extent I was, but I was overdoing it in a few areas. I was overdoing it on the protein and I was overdoing it on the egg yolks. And those are just such easy changes. And if that will protect my heart health and that will cure my tummy upset in the evenings, then fabulous. I've actually switched my diet up. It's been a week or two and I'm already seeing great results with no more tummy upsets in the evenings. I just needed it to kind of reduce the protein a little. I was averaging like 100 grams a day. Some days I'd go as high as like 140 grams. I know. And so now I'm averaging more like 80, which is still a high protein diet, which I think is still wonderful for me with someone who has PCOS concerns and metabolic concerns. I think maybe 80 is a more reasonable amount for someone who is trying to eat protein to build muscle and watch their weight and be healthy without having the GI concerns. Viome also gave me a ton of different foods that were labeled superfoods, enjoy, minimize, or avoid. So on superfood, you'll see things like bananas and ginger and olive oil and kale. So that's great. And then enjoy. So maybe like enjoy regularly, but don't have a crazy amount of, like avocado, bell pepper, black lentils, carrots, collard greens. Minimize. So minimize was interesting. So butter, it gave me a lot for minimize and avoid. It gave me a lot of high cholesterol, high fat things because I think of that TMA concern. So we want to watch that. Coconut milk and coconut meat and coconut oil were all on there. And it was because of the potential to raise cholesterol levels. MCT oil went on my minimize, which that was really interesting because I do kind of do intermittent fasting and I would sometimes use MCT oil in my coffee if I wanted to prolong a fast. But that is actually not suggested for me because of my dietary concerns. Avoid, it gave beef, egg yolk, lamb, pork, This was interesting. Watermelon showed up there, and it is because watermelon has a high level of citrulline, which can actually lead to poor protein fermentation. So that one was very interesting. It also will give you some supplement suggestions that, based on your results, can be helpful. And they can even make you a specific gut formula that you can buy from them. Okay, that will be it for this video. I hope it was helpful to you if you're thinking about doing a test like this or this specific test. If you did take the test and you had some interesting results, I'd love to hear about it. If you have any questions for me about my results or my diet or anything at all, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'd love to chat with people in the comments. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love if you subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video.